Hey, gang, how are ya? No, I'll tell you what. Hi, Scott. Hi, Doug. I'll tell you what. I was not abducted by aliens. Here's what happened. I promptly, uh, I went to take Maggie out. I come back in. I sit down. And I realize I left my laptop unplugged, and I ran out of battery. So it took me like 10 minutes to get here. For a reason, it didn't want to really operate till it had enough battery. There you go. What's going on? I love aliens, by the way. It's hey, lurking is good, Scott. I'm pro lurking. How y'all doing? If you're here, say hi. I am I've just been busy. Today we got something we haven't gotten in about 3 weeks. Got some rain. There is the super secret former leader of Project Blue Book. Yes. I have some nectar of the gods I just opened up. Slouching on the couch, talking some fish. Yeah, life's good. And let's see here. What else is going on, gang? I don't know. The fish are doing great. I'm adding aquariums in, which is nice. I have begun to get double swords from my single swords. So I'm going to set up an aquarium with the double sword male with a couple of sword tail females. See what happens. Life is good. Yeah, let's see what else is going on. Just been work has been busy. Lots of stuff going on. Yeah, it's been really good. Really good. And I'm setting this out so we get people involved. It's I did not win the $1.28 billion in lottery money. It was crazy. I thought I would. I ended up being someone in Illinois. Now, I texted my sister who lives in Illinois, and all of a sudden, she's not texting back. Coincidence? I don't think so. I don't think so at all. I told her the winner was in Illinois. She goes, "Oh, really?" Question mark. Ghosting me. So there you go. Yeah, so other than that, let's see what's going on. Hey, John Oliver, what's up, buddy? You didn't buy tickets? Well, you can't win 1.28 billion if you don't pay $2. And by the way, if you put if you bought like 50 tickets, Muppet, you basically have the same odds mathematically as if you bought one. How many did I buy? I bought 5. I didn't match one single number, by the way. Not one number at all. But I read a couple of articles, about people who won huge jackpots in the lottery who 10 years later are completely broke or worse. Yeah, it's a cautionary tale. Number one, they suggest don't take the one-time payout, do the annuity over 30 years, because if you make some mistakes, you still have money coming in. Makes sense. And also, your cousin Irving, who has a great investment idea, he doesn't. He has no understanding. No bad idea. He doesn't have a good idea. Even your cousin Earl or your niece Caitlin or whoever it is. They have no idea. So yeah, it's best if you do win a jackpot, change your phone number, get new friends, join a country club, hanging out with people, go from there. It's great. Let's see here. Hey, Melvin, Joe. Well, Joe, that's the deal. But if you're getting, $5.6 million every year, it's probably okay. Yep, Doug, that's a tip. Hold on, I'm going to sneeze 1 second. Hold on a second. I blow the schnoz. 1 second. I'll tell you what, if I won that thing, I'd have a pretty damn nice tricked out fish room. Nice tricked out fish room. Yeah, it's a risk. Yeah, by the way, Joe, it's a risk. What else is going on, gang? Let's see here. The fish room, everything is good. The fish are doing beautiful. Maggie, the dog, is doing great. She's in her kennel. It's life is good. Yeah, Joe, you're absolutely right. Yeah, it's even though the government's giving it to you, it's income. So they get half of it back. A little less than half, just depending which state you're in. Now, Missouri, not a high tax state. It's not like Florida or Texas or Arizona, which in Nevada, which are zero tax states. California, yeah, they're going to be taking 60% of your winnings. Illinois, probably about the same. New Jersey, New York, taking a lot of it. Uh, Pennsylvania, what would they do for you? Oh, that's sad. Oh, Connecticut has really high taxes too. Yeah, it Washington State doesn't have taxes, income taxes. Now, current event, tax system is usually not our bailiwick here. It's fish and whatever else we go to. But might as well talk about this right now. There's this movement to go and move our federal taxes to just either a flat tax or a sales tax. I hate the sales tax idea, and I will tell you why. In the history of the United States, whether a local state or a federal government, tell me a state or the federal government where they stop a tax. There's actually in many states, Missouri being one of them, by the way, there's a Confederate widow's tax. Those babes have been dead for a while. And but don't worry, those taxes are not going away. So there you go. Yeah, we've had a lot of fires here and a lot of shootings. Normally we get like a couple of shootings a year, no big deal. Joplin Mo, in the hood. Not a lot going on. And yeah, this year we had like in the last few weeks we've had like three shootings. Probably we're probably getting into like the same shooting rate as Chicago. We're still pretty good on a lack of ATMs blowing up, which I like a whole lot. Philadelphia, of course, is your place for that. Yeah, they just opened Raisin Canes here in Joplin, Mo. If you're never, it's pretty good. Also, Philly may lead in carjacking. Yeah, it's my deal is I just whenever there's a tax, it goes on from there. By the way, I turned my taxes in to my accountant, like a couple of weeks before taxes were due. And I'm not a terribly complicated return. I'm a homeowner. I have my fish stuff. I have normal type stuff. But I'm not a high income person. There's not a lot of stuff there to be really concerned about me. And so they said, well, you got it too late. We've already filed an extension. Okay. So they hit me up with a note, and they needed all this extra information they didn't need the last couple of years. Did taxes change? They changed the laws with that because they had the one thing which was $12,000 per adult, 24,000 for two adults. I don't know what they did for kids. I don't have kids. And there's no way I could, my mortgage, it ain't that big. So now they need all that information from me. And I think, and I'll get the complete, I just went in and signed it so they could send in, electronically file it. I believe yeah, I was getting a return, so I don't know how that goes. Hold on, I got to blow my nose again. I don't know why I had this allergy thing. Maybe it's the rain. Hold on. Nose blown, done. Yeah, there you go. You know how long it's been since I've had a pizza? Um, It's been probably about 2 months. Pizza was delivered at the office, and so I had a few pieces. Okay, I had 5 pieces of pizza because they had 5 different types. So you had to try each one. New pizza joint in town. And it was good. It was good. The last time I ordered a pizza for myself, at least a year. At least a year. Mainly because I'm in Joplin, Missouri, and Joplin actually has some really nice eateries. A good authentic pizza place, not one of them. We have those artsy fartsy sort of joints. They're really kind of fun. Yep, Doug, you're right. Yeah, and I will tell you, the way that our local municipalities fund themselves, really nutty. So, you know why we have all of a sudden cities and towns, no matter what size, put a bunch of stupid lanes in, which almost no one uses? It was because the local government put in just a little bit of money, and the federal government gave a lot of money, and they demanded if you're going to build this new road or do upgrade, you had to have a bike lane. There you go. No, it's true. People are nuts, Doug. Completely bonkers. I swear to you, every time I've gotten in my life where I thought I had seen it all, something else happens. Something else goes on. Being a hermit with my dog and my fish, not that bad of a thing. Yeah, not that bad of a thing at all. But I will tell you this is that, it is, we live in very perilous times. A land war in Europe, not good. Not good at all. And a war in Asia is going to really screw up getting new guppies in this country. Those Taiwanese guppies are pretty good. Yeah, that's what happened. Doug, when you hand out money, you know, with all sorts of stuff, one of the things that's going on, our unemployment rate is low, but you have the number of people working has fallen dramatically. Well, where'd those people go who were working? Here's where they went. Because of the Rona, and I'm not going to argue whether it was a good idea to shut down the government or not. To shut down the economy to fight it. I don't think there was much of a choice at the time. In retrospect, probably not a good idea. But you have people, husband and wife with young kids, and one of the partners makes a lot of money, and the other one doesn't. Well, all of a sudden they realized, wow, we can live off just one income. Why use daycare? And sometimes it was out of force. They couldn't find daycare. Like right by my house, they had this huge, I mean, probably a 10,000 square, at least 5,000, maybe up to 10,000 square foot place that was a daycare thing. Closed. So you talk to anybody. I've had a couple of people in my office A couple of women in my office who just had babies. Them finding daycare was insane. And that was part of just what happened. I have a cousin who runs a daycare center in suburban Minneapolis, and she's always had a waiting list because she's done it a long time. She's done all it's uh and Minnesota's pretty big regulations, so you only have so many kids. You know how that goes. All right. She's gotten to the point now. She says her waiting list has never been longer. She goes, when she has a kid leave, the next Monday, new kid there, guaranteed. So there you go. Yes. And they shut down my great idea of starting a daycare center fish business where the kids feed the fish and do your water changes. You see, there's never too early of a time for children to pick up the wonders of water changes. I'm into them. It's we there's a TV commercial for, like, I think it's Ancestry. Get the 1950 census. Your grandma had a job when she was just 16 years old. Holy crap. I started delivering papers when I was 11. Kids no longer do that, by the way. They no longer, you know, child labor crap. And also newspapers are dead. Uh, I mean, when you go out and you think this through, uh, you know, I, you should be working. It's one way or another. I don't know if I've ever told this story before. It was pretty interesting. I was living in a different city at the time, and one of the company's clients, very successful real estate company. He and his wife own this, and so they invited me over for like Labor Day or Memorial Day. It was Memorial Day. It was in the spring. So I'm talking with their kid. They have one kid, and these people make serious jack. So I'm talking to the kid who just turned 16, and his parents bequeathed him with a car I've never bought for myself. So expensive. So I went and I said to the kid, I said, so summer's coming. Do you have are you going to get a summer job? Maybe McDonald's or something like that. He goes, oh, McDonald's is really below my skill set. What? You're 16. What the hell do you have going on? You can learn a lot by going to a place like that over the summer and working. Yeah, we have people that, you know, I have a feeling that people in my generation have raised a bunch of soft kids. My dad, when I was in finishing high school, my dad worked for a business and was very successful in it. And the business made a bunch of errors. And all of a sudden, my dad's income, which was really, really good, fell incredibly fast. I mean, he made almost no money. So we worked in high school and gave money to the family. This is in the 80s. I put myself through college. I went to school, I worked 2 jobs, went to school full time, and got B's. And by the way, I don't regret every moment of that, any moment of that, because I learned so much. A work ethic is a pretty good thing. If you talk to employers, one of their biggest complaints, uh, one of their biggest complaints is, they hire people out of college. They have no idea how to work because that was their first job. Think your first job was the summer one. You were 10 delivering groceries to an apartment complex. Yep. It's yeah, well, digital addiction is a real thing, Joe. Is a real thing. Yeah, my opinion on this is that you almost have to. Maybe a good old recession is helpful for us because that'll hopefully get people off their duffs and get them back to work and doing stuff. I'm just going to tell you, you could be retired. Doug, you are, and the other people may be retired here. Well, you're busy. You've got fish to care for. You're doing all these activities of which you love to do. If you talk to people, if you know people who've retired and and they pass away shortly thereafter, it's primarily because they got bored to death. We're made to do things. We're made to be busy. Having physical and intellectual stimulus. It's the beautiful thing about fish. You got to feed them. You got to change out water. You got to do things with the thing. Keeps you busy. So that's one of the things that you have to keep in mind. And by the way, I because of work, uh you find something to do every day in between doing nothing and relaxing. But you're busy. You got 95 or 89 or whatever aquariums you have, Doug. Scott says, I used to help a friend deliver newspapers, lawn mowing, raking leaves, shoveling. When you're 8 years old, there you go. Petty's Petite Tanks. Thank you very much, Patty. Great having you here. Yeah, I'm just gonna tell you, innovation and stuff like that. For folks who have gone, you know, they're 30 years old and they're on the sidelines. Hey, Rob, what's up, brother? Um, you have when you go through life, is that if you're 30 years old and hanging out on the couch all day, that's great and everything, but yeah, it's you're not moving forward. Yeah, it's apparently jobs in Philly to carjack, blow up ATMs, and shoplift. You see, those people, the criminals, they remain busy, don't they? They're great. They're wonderful. It see what else do I have going on? Um, yeah, it's just what I'm done hearing. Change some water, some fish tanks, do a few things, get some stuff done. I've got yeah, this morning Maggie woke me up at 4:30. So walked her, made breakfast, went to the office for a little bit, went to the store. Yeah. Yeah, I'll tell you what, Doug. Here's the deal about the plastic bag thing. All right, I love plastic bags. You know why? I walk my dog and through the neighborhood, and when she makes a deposit, I pick it up. I don't do it with my bare hands. I pick it up with plastic. And okay, every container you get, everything you get is made out of plastic. Be careful, Joe. Boosting a truckload of plastic bags, that will actually get you time in this country. That'll actually put you in jail. Some more nectar of the gods. Yeah, everything that we buy is wrapped in plastic. Exactly. It is. And by the way, if you're the plastic bag uh thing, to save the whales and the stuff. Okay, I live in frickin' Missouri. If live in a landlocked state, what's the deal? Yeah, bail reform almost makes me want to get back to New York and start committing crimes and get out of jail as long as they're minor crimes. Get out of jail right away. It's great, including that guy I read in the news who assaulted the cop. He walked in, they took his picture and gave him a cookie and let him leave. It's great. Makes no sense. I just hired a guy on my staff who's from the San Francisco Bay Area. He's from San Jose. Got him right out of college, and actually, this kid has a great work ethic. Fantastic work ethic. And he was telling me that in San Francisco, everything now is behind plastic. You basically have to go and ask an employee to allow you to find a tube of toothpaste. It's bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. Catch and release for crimes, but not for snakeheads or carp. Yeah, snakeheads, you gotta, if you catch one of those suckers, behead it. It's, are those a good eating by anyways? How do you prepare a good snakehead? Fry it up with a little garlic butter, a little beer batter. I like beer batter. Yeah, Lake Michigan, that's a good question. Sci-Fi Channel did a snakehead movie a while back. Yep. The snakehead versus the plastic bag. Yeah, northern snakeheads, by the way, are a lot of where I'm at in Missouri are a lot of waterways. Let's see here. Just opening it up, another snakehead, and the life cycle. Okay, the southeastern Missouri is showing up in a couple of places. There you go. There you go. Those are nasty little beasts, too. Nasty. Piranha 3DD. Nothing beats three-headed or six-headed shark movie stuff. Yeah, I'll tell you what. It's the good people with the Sci-Fi Channel. They've got that all figured out. And how they all of a sudden just eat things. Mega Piranha, that was great. That's like the Citizen Kane of sci-fi movies. Once upon a time in a lake. Mega Piranha. They like pretty women in bikinis as well. Yes. Because, it's everyone wants to protect the pretty lady in a bikini. Everybody. Yeah, it's one of those things. And let me do this real quick. I forgot to put this up on my own group. uh, but one of my high school buddies just sent me a note. They're driving through Joplin Mo. They're about a little over an hour away. So I just say, hey, if you can stop, I'll meet you. About a new Piranha movie that takes place at a stripper convention. And again, generally we don't get into politics here, but there was something kind of funny. You know the furries, the people that dress up like stuffed animals, and they're a little nutty. Well, in Texas, the Democratic State Convention was going on at the same hotel. The furry convention was going on. Now that's funny. So you can do two conventions at the same time. Isn't America great? What a country. What a country we live in. It's Yeah, it's and the piranha comes in and attacks some lady named Cinnamon. Taking the main stage, Cinnamon. Oh no! A piranha got her. You're a furry. I hurt your feelings. Yeah, sorry, Joe. Furries are nuts, though. Nothing against them. They're nuts. We all are a little crazy, aren't we? A little. Hey, you know what? It's both Pittsburgh and Philadelphia's baseball teams should be taking on those Kansas City Royals. Holy cow, are they bad? You have a furry convention in Pittsburgh around April or May? So how do you join the furries? You just have to buy an out, and I don't know about you guys. At one time I had to dress up in one of those outfits. They're pretty stinky. Okay, you're a natural furry. Well, I don't think that counts. I let me look this up. Furry Convention 2022. All right. Furry cons. Hey, one not far from me. Oklahoma City. Oh, there's one coming to Las Vegas, Sweden, Arlington, Virginia. A lot of Congress people there. St. Louis. It's about the same distance. Ypsilanti, Michigan. There you go. LA, of course. France. Another one going on in Oklahoma. Yeah, life's good. Mississippi. You look at the one in St. Louis. Maybe I think you have to get an outfit. It's they're not hurting anybody, are they? The Gateway Fur Meet 22. Share ideas in art, literature, and performance based around science fiction, fantasy, and anthropomorphic characters. In addition, they raise money for to promote and provide for the well-being of animals and/or children. Since 2014, this furry group has raised over $10,000 for the animals and children. Yep. Gateway Furry Meet. Huh. How do I get a costume? Sounds like something to show up to and hang out and have fun. Pink Panther movies were funny in R. I'm not familiar with Shot in the Dark. Yeah, so the furry conventions. Nice. They're having their first furry convention since 2019. So that's great. Sin City FurryCon. Yeah, I bet there is. A ski weekend. Well, actually, some of these have already passed. I guess I now have to be looking at your August furries. Florida, Argentina, Denver, Philadelphia, Doug. August 28th through the 26th through the 28th. I'm going to text this to you right now. You can hang out with the furries. All right, they're on their way to a show in Branson. They're probably going to see that Japanese feller, my friends, play. Yeah, I do have friends. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Yeah, Philadelphia, $75 or $70 for all 3 days. Doug, you could go down there and meet the furries. Yeah, Philadelphia, not very clever. Yeah, Chicago. Furry migration in Minnesota, my hometown. Yeah, get being dressed up like a furry animal. Hey, a good WNBA. I'll tell you what, for basketball, I'm a basketball fan. And even though I'm not particularly tall man or athletically inclined, I love me some basketball. I love me some basketball. And the WNBA's brand of basketball isn't bad at all. It's like the NBA was 50 years ago. I'm not old enough to see that, but it's below the rim game. There you go. My twins, I have a feeling, are beginning to sink, by the way. Let's see here. Yeah, the Twins are one game up on the Guardians. The White Sox are only 3 games out, Joe. That isn't terrible. Isn't terrible at all. It's not like the Royals at 13 games or the A's at 27 games. The Red Sox are 18 games out. Nationals 29, Reds 17. Rockies are 23 games out. So, yeah, not that bad. How far are the Cubs out? Cubs are only 14 games out. You know, they could turn this around. Cardinals are really not that good. The Cardinals will be knocked off. They will be knocked off. Yeah, I hope my Twins put it together. It'd be great. Their owners, the same family has owned them since, probably up to 40 years. The original buyer, Carl Pohlad, has died. And one of his sons, I don't know if it's Bill or the other one of his sons runs it. And the Twins have a brand new stadium that I have not been to yet. Yeah, Buxton is great. Well, they did the right thing by keeping him. It absolutely did the right thing. I think the rain has stopped here. We had it was so nice to be walking in the rain. And I realized why I like drought. It's it's rain a couple of times. By the way, Hazard County, Kentucky, them Dukes, them Dukes, them Dukes. Underwater, everybody, underwater. Hope Boss Hog didn't float away. So I'm watching it now. We're getting a little bit of real light rain. It'll be done, at about 4. Nice. It was good to see rain though. My lawn totally dry. By the way, I'm going to give you guys my battery operated mower. This morning I realized the rain, I thought the rain would be holding off to like 10 or 11. So I, mow the lawn at about 8 o'clock and go from there. Well, all of a sudden they said rain at 7:30. So at 6:50, I plugged in the battery and I mowed the front yard, put out the trimmer, did my trimming, again, all battery. No one can hear it. I can talk on the phone while mowing my lawn. So that's how good that is. So it's, and I get up early because I get up early. I have to go to work early. So there you go. Yeah, how do you pronounce that thing, Melvin? The new stadium for the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's basically unpronounceable. It's some weird morph, of an abuse of the English language. Abbottshire or something like that. If I get ketchup, Doug, I'll get Heinz. I don't get ketchup very often. Acresher? Yeah, I don't know how the hell to pronounce that. All right, gang. Thank you so much. You guys have an amazing week. We'll be back next weekend because I have nothing else going on in my life except fish stuff and you.